and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Sonny Takasi, the ghoul merchant of the waste, who is meeting a bunch of other ghouls as well. And here with me to meet these ghouls is none other than Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes.
Hello. This is Xavier, he, him. I am playing Lance Burnett, and I'm also very excited to meet all these ghouls. I love me some ghouls.
You ready to make some new friends?
Some new friends, some new nemesis, maybe some new loves.
Loves, I like it. Yes, very Fallout. The romance option. Well, and coming up, the romance option of all of our hearts. Please help me welcome Susan Spenader.
Hi, my husband would disagree, but I'm Susan. She, her, and I'll be playing Geraldine, aka Gerry, the nomadic survivor of the waste.
It's an unrequited romance. We all pine for the romance with Susan that we cannot have.
Well, keep on pining.
And pining away with us, please welcome Jamie Lee-Bonés.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I play Trish, the NCR Ranger, and I pine the most for you, Susan.
Oh, I pine for you too.
Our husbands will just have to get over it.
Yeah, whatever.
They get pine.
And to introduce us to all these new friends, these new enemies, these new loves, all of these new relationships, please welcome our overseer, Alex Herrera.
Hello, I'm Alex, the overseer for this, our Fallout Evergreen campaign. Pronouns he, him. I pine for no one because I am everyone. I am all. I see all. I do all.
You pine only for yourself. You are the end and beginning of all creation, the Alpha and
the
Omega.
Alpha and the Omega. AKA Liam Neeson in the beginning of Fallout 3.
Oh, hey, bring it right around. I like it, yeah. Speaking about Fallout things, I feel like we should waste no time. Alex, please take us into the Evergreen.
Rain hit the short, dusty hill Trish stood on, in her formal NCR uniform. It didn't rain often in this part of the NCR, but when it did, it seemed as if dormant life itself suddenly awoke from 1,000-year sleep. Small critters emerged from the deep burrows and soaked up the lightly irradiated rain that resubmerged, just as quickly to try and enjoy what little time they had. Trish, however, knew that one life wouldn't be awakened by this sudden rain. Howard's casket was now completely buried, and only the headstone remained as any proof that this was his resting spot. Trish just stood there, wondering how. How could someone so important, so full of dreams and fears, someone so real suddenly not be? How could this be it? Maybe it wasn't real, she thought. This is all fake, and she'd wake up back in their home at the edge of town, with Howard making breakfast and singing terribly like he did almost every morning when he wasn't on assignment. On assignment. Trish focused on the words as if the images of what she imagined his final moments were. Trying to figure out what to do. Trying to figure out how he would save his men. Trying so hard to run faster than those things. The official report called them death claws, but Trish really hadn't seen one alive. Just the diagrams they showed in BASIC, and a dead one during Ranger survival exercises. Trish felt it. This is reality. And this happened. Howard went off like he always did when his father assigned the missions. Howard and his team ran into the nest of those things while on the way back home. Instead of doing the cold, calculated thing of leaving an injured member behind, Howard bought his men time and held a choke point near a ridge as the team made their way down a very narrow pass. The team members who returned said they only heard constant gunfire, even as they were several miles away. No screams, no pleas, only gunfire. Trish returned to the graveyard, to the moment. She wiped the tears from her eyes and spoke to Howard. She promised him to keep their dream alive, to one day leave the service. She promised him that she'd do what she could to protect life in all those settlements who needed help. The biggest promise she made, however, was the one to never let her fire go out. There are, just to give you a breakdown, currently I would say there are 4 zones. 3 of them being the highway, 4th being Vault-Tec School of the Future. That's where you need to get to. And within the Vault-Tec School of the Future, there are different zones because you're going to come on the roof and then have to go down as well. All 4 zones are connected via walkway that are secure, as long as not too many people are on them. The only exception being the one you just crossed. Trish, in your zone currently, there is everybody and, what did I say, 6 ghouls.
I am going to shoot at this first one that was on the hood of the car that sort of let out that scream. I'm going to shoot for the torso.
Got it. You're aiming?
I'm using my center mass, so I don't need to.
Oh, that's right. Damn.
Oh no, Trish!
Oh no.
Oh no!
You should use a luck. Don't give him that action point.
Should I do it? Okay, I'll do it. I'll use a luck.
You gonna reroll that 20?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage, please. 5 damage total. And what's the effect on your gun?
Vicious.
So you did 7.
7.
Because there's 2 vicious.
Because it's 2 effects.
My God. Well, Trish, what happens to this ghoul? Because you kill it. Overkill. Woo!
I'm going to say that this one was pretty worn, so he is just going to explode in a mass of goo and splatter all over this car hood.
I love it. He does that thing in like the Fallout game where the body, for some reason, stays there, but the rest of the limbs go flying.
Yes.
Gravity doesn't work that well after nuclear war, apparently. He's gone. That one is eliminated.
Dope. 5 to go.
And you can still move.
I'm gonna stay in this zone because everybody's here.
Jerry, your turn.
Gerry will shoot one, or try to.
Or die trying.
Okay, and I'm going to use the rate of 2 to add an additional damage.
5 plus 1 effect. What's your effect?
I have an additional damage from powerful.
Gun fires. You hit one in the chest. It stumbles back and continues walking.
But is that a crit?
It might be a critical hit because that's 5
It is 5 damage,
right?
yeah. Critical hit on the body is you're bleeding heavily. At the end of each of your subsequent turns, you suffer 2 damage dice physical damage. Ignoring all your damage resistances, so this guy's bloody. Barely holding on. He gets shot in the chest, stumbles back, kind of shakes it off, snarls, and continues moving towards you in that weird kind of half lunge, half step. Are you staying there or are you moving?
I will take cover behind one of the cars.
Okay, perfect. Sonny.
He's gonna point his gun on another one. I'll actually get up on top of a car too.
Okay, that's your move.
Yeah, so I'll move up on top, just like stepping on the bumper, step on the roof of it, and then point my gun and shoot at a third one. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice,
baby.
1 extra action point for you.
2 extra action points.
Why? Oh, the tagged?
Yeah.
4 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. I have my true police stories.
Oh.
And I'm going to use this perk that I think I can only do once per encounter, like once per scene. But I'm going to use it here. So I spend a luck point to turn up to 3 damage dice to any face. So that those 2 3s and that 4, those are now 2s, baby.
That is at least 6 by itself, right?
Yeah. That's
7, 8,
1,
9,
2,
10.
3.
So 10 damage total. All right, what happens to this ghoul because you obliterate him as well?
Right between the eyes. Yeah, it doesn't explode because it's not quite as a big a caliber a weapon as Trish is rocking, but he just puts one artfully out the back of the head.
Oh, splat. Blood spatters across the asphalt. The ghoul, his head kind of kicks back from the impact and his body does as well as he goes flying ragdoll backwards onto the floor, sliding across the asphalt and into a car. Probably right next to where the bottle cap hit that one hubcap.
Yeah. Boom.
All right, my turn. The ghouls. Okay. I'm going to burn an action point as one of them attacks Trish. 1 hits, the 7 hits. So 2 damage as this ghoul slams the claw or its open hand right into Trish's right leg, scratching it through the clothing. Fantastic. Well, there's 2 more to go, and it's gonna go for Gerry. Oh, I miss. How about this, Jer?
2 20s.
Let me paint a picture for you.
love it.
2 20s. We gotta respect the double crits here. Let me paint you a scene. 1 clocks Trish on the leg. You quickly see that, and something grabs your attention as another one comes running towards you. You hear its growl, its guttural scream, and it's so close that you can see the saliva kind of string between its teeth as it lurches at you, but you sidestep expertly out the way. I would say 2 20s is enough for this thing to jump, miss you, jump to the other zone, but be hanging on. Like half of it's climbing onto the lip of the other concrete barrier where that separates Lance from you guys via the walkway. So half of its body is dangling in between these 2 interstates, and it's trying to climb now, desperately trying to claw its way back up. So I would say this one is kind of fucked, I guess, for lack of a better word. Yeah. The one that's bleeding, I think, is going to attack Sunny. Let's go for Sunny.
Yeah, let's go for Sunny.
Do I get any cover from being on the top of this car?
Doesn't matter. You get a crit fail, and I miss.
Yes.
So this thing tries to swipe at your leg, misses. What do we do to him?
Gets his hand stuck in the car door window.
Well, he's on top of the car, so I'd say maybe he swipes at it and gets his claw, his whole hand, stuck in, like, I would say this car's hood was already exposed, so when you stood up on top of it, Sunny, you climbed, I would say, to the, like, maybe the top, the roof of the car, and this ghoul got its claw stuck in, like, the exposed rotary motor, all the good stuff that's in there. Its hand is jammed in there and it's trying to pull it out, but he cannot. Last one. This other one's gonna hit you now too.
Great.
That's awesome.
Sounds
Gonna
good.
climb over his
Awesome.
buddy.
Great. Awesome.
I'm not fucking worried. If we got 2 of them miss and one of them's gonna die.
That's a hit.
All right.
That's a 2.
I'm not scared.
It's radiant. It's not gonna even. It's
It's
gonna
not gonna
heal
even.
you
It's not
if
gonna
I
even.
roll.
Yeah.
Keep attacking Sunny.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Perfect.
You take 2
Beautiful.
damage, but you heal 2, right? Because you don't take any damage.
I heal from radiation. Yeah. So I take the physical damage.
You dumb
heals.
ghoul.
And it doesn't. And you don't even. And your HP total doesn't go down because you're immune.
Does it add to his mag?
No, you can't. You can't go above. You can't go above.
What the fuck are you doing, you sad piece of shit?
This thing, yeah, it catches your left leg, right? And as it scratches you, like, you look down and, like, it starts to fizzle, but then nothing. Just, like, it falls off. Like, the dead skin just falls off and replaced by more dead skin. There's nothing there.
Grosser dead
You're just like,
skin.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, that feels so
Keep
good.
hitting me. Keep hitting me.
Those suit pants were hard to find.
That's true. Emotional damage.
At the end of the turn, 2 damage, yeah. This one dies. The one with its hand stuck in the engine block, or like the open exposed parts of this vehicle, trying to pull it out, struggling, and then eventually just like coughs, and then keels over and dies.
It pulls itself apart.
Oh yeah,
it's
let's do
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It pulls its hand completely off, blood squirts everywhere, and then freaks out and then falls down.
Quick, Sunny, hit it. Slash it.
Lance, it's your turn, and there's a ghoul hanging on to the lip of this overpass right in front of you.
Okay, let's kick down. Yeah, just straight up kick it down. Let's try to make it. I don't know if it's more like of an athletic thing.
I would
Like
just call it
athletic.
melee attack. You can call it melee if you want. It's up to you. You could do it with the glove. You could do it without the glove. It's completely your call.
Yeah, I think he'd just go with the boot,
Okay.
rather than go and bring his face closer to it. But the intent is really like to make it drop and fall down the
Sure.
whole thing.
So if it connects, then yeah, this guy's falling off for sure.
Hey!
Oh no!
Let's see what you got. I'm not gonna use a luck point for that. Let's see what you got
Okay.
for me.
You kick him, right? One swift boot to the face, and as he's falling, he grabs your leg.
Nice.
That's good.
Do the damage. Do the damage for the melee. If he dies, then he can't hold on to you.
That sucks, but that's good.
1, 2, 3.
3 is not enough to kill him, but you are in fact grappled by this ghoul. Trish, top of the order. You're up.
So I've got one of these ghouls like right up in my business.
Yes, technically everyone has them up in their business because they're all in the same zone.
Well, luckily, my Magnum can use close quarters, so I'm gonna shoot him like up through his face.
I like it.
Ooh.
What's that? What's that?
One extra.
Because we gotta respect that crit.
Yeah, you definitely gotta respect that one.
And because I like,
You called your shot, yeah.
Called it.
So technically, it should have been increased by 1 difficulty. But go ahead and roll the damage. This is all damage straight to the dome. Oh my fucking god!
Plus, so 5.
So 5 damage total to the head. So that's a critical
To the
hit.
brains.
Oh my god!
I'm blasting his brains everywhere. I wanted to rain brains upon
Rain
this battlefield.
Make it rain brains.
You are momentarily dazed and lose your normal actions in your next turn, though you may spend action points for extra actions. Further, you cannot see clearly and increase the difficulty of all tests, which rely on vision, by 2. Fan-fucking-tastic. This ghoul is essentially blind. That's good.
I blew out one of his eyeballs.
I think you blew out both. Like, there's no coming back from this one. All right. You want to move, or are you good there in this zone?
I want to move to Lance.
Okay, so the one zone back.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, I want to move over to Lance and try to help him out.
You rush over there. Lance, I would say your body is like, you're getting, you know what it is? You're getting pulled over the edge, Lance. You're not over the edge yet. You're getting pulled. So Trish, you're now over there. You're out of actions technically, but if you burn 2 action points, I believe you're allowed to do an actual action, like pull Lance away from the edge so that he can be on solid ground.
I kind of want to do it.
Yes?
Unless you have a plan for yourself, Lance.
No, do it. Actually, right after your turn, I'm going to spend 1 luck point to use lucky timing, so that my turn happens right after you help me.
Perfect. Then let's do it.
Okay. So you burn 2 action points. You're down to 2 now in the pot, and you assist. You pull. You're pulling Lance up off the lip. Give me an athletic strength check, please.
Okay.
And
Am I pulling up this ghoul as well, or
That's
just
what I'm gonna roll for that as well. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, athletics strength. Oh boy.
So you set the DC then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1. Right? If it's a counter, it's how many successes I roll.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I've got it, but there's one more stack to this. If you take an additional major action, there's any skill test you attempt is increased difficulty by 1.
Oh.
So
two.
it's 2 now.
Wow, the ghoul, luckiest ghoul on the planet right now.
But we do have 2 action points, Jamie.
Okay. I am not feeling great about this, you guys. Oh, okay, let's do
You
it.
can
one.
use them both.
I'm gonna
You can
add in
use. You can buy another one to get 2 additional dice too.
Can I?
Like you could spend all our action points and give Alex one to get 2 additional d20s.
So you'd have 4 total. 4 dice total.
Okay, I'm gonna do it then, because I don't want to.
So let's do the order of operations.
I don't want to lose you.
So you buy 1, right? You buy 1, which gives your pot 3. And by buying 1, you give me 1. And then you spend 3 to add 2 dice to your pool. Go ahead. And what's your...
So now I'm at 4.
Yes. And what is the number you're looking for? Strength, athletics.
6.
Oh! Well, mine was 5. So I got... Come on, you can do this.
You can do this. You can do this, Trish.
I don't want to look.
Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Oh, that was tense.
Yeah.
Pulls Lance
tense.
away from the lip. Lance is like
Get up here, Lance!
struggling, and this ghoul is right there on his legs, and I'm gnawing at him. And Trish just kind of pulls once, and this thing, I'd say, you know what, just for how stressful this was, that pull was enough force to make the arms of the ghoul snap off as his flesh has rotted he's been here for a very long time. And just his arms are still attached to the pant leg of Lance's jumpsuit, but the arms rip off of the socket, and the corpse, or the torso and legs of the ghoul just go down. Plop, hit the ground.
When Trish pulls Lance back up, he kind of turns around, like shakes off his legs for the arms to fly off, and he tells Trish, "Does that mean we're even now?"
Definitely. And Trish is gonna swirl her weapon around and immediately go back to engaging.
Okay, cool. You guys are both in zone 1. Gerry, you are in zone 2 with Sunny. There are 2 ghouls left here.
Okay. Jerry just saw Sunny get swiped, and he just kind of like was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
like it wasn't like a "ow" reaction. It was just like a "what, you idiot." So, going off of that, she's gonna be like, "I think he has it," and go for the one that's still alive despite being shot in the head.
Perfect. How many lutts you got left?
Okay, I'll reroll 1.
Nice.
It's tagged, and I'm up to 4, so that was 2 successes.
There you
Nice.
go, 1 action point for the pool.
Yeah. And damage 3.
3 damage.
That might do it though.
That is exactly how much he had left.
Yes.
What does this kill look like as this blind ghoul is swiping at nothing?
So Jerry looks up to Sunny, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" And then she looks over at that one swiping at nothing, and just takes aim, and as it's like flailing about, she just shoots it straight in its center. It's almost anticlimactic shot, and then it stops moving, and then plop.
It's just like flesh hitting pavement.
Yeah.
Yep. You got 1 left, and it's on Sunny. Gerry, do you want to move?
No, she'll stay in the zone, but she'll be going like taking aim at the last one on Sunny.
Sunny, you're up, sir.
Hear me out, Sunny. I feel like we should pull a Michonne from Walking Dead and just keep a little pet. I'm just kidding.
Cut off its jaw and arms.
Yeah, just
It's going to try and kick you. It doesn't care.
Yeah. Good suggestion, though. Good suggestion. So Sunny had his 10mm trained on this one that he like shot through the head, or he probably like moved it to this one that would like exploded itself, and then this thing swiped on his pants, and he was like, my fucking suit. And so he's going to use his move to take out the 44 Magnum. So now he has 2 pistolas,
Yes.
like holding them akimbo, one on one side of him to some ghoul that's gone now, and he takes the 44 to point it at the one that swiped him on top of this car. Oh my god, yes! Yes, so that's a 2 and a 1.
Nice.
Please do the damage. This guy, by the way, has not been shot, so...
Right. Here we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
How do you want to destroy this ghoul?
I mean, it's right up close in his face, so yeah, it just goes, it just explodes to the head. It's just like with this hand cannon, he's just like one gun to one side, pulls out from the other side of his hip this 44 and just goes, "That suit cost me a lot of fucking caps," and he just blasts.
So you like...
It does end up raining.
Yeah.
It does. So you want to look like the cover of Doom, basically. The old Doom cover where he's got the 2 guns.
But instead of a big beefy boy, it's like a thin, small ghoul in a suit.
It looks like all the ghouls are gone.
Oh, we made a lot of noise.
From zone 1, as Trish is kind of helping Lance up, I would say it looks like you guys are out of combat until Lance, your Pip-Boy Geiger counter starts fucking going nuts. It starts clicking, and then it begins to click quicker and quicker as if the rads are increasing. And both you and Trish look at it. And Trish, you know what this is. You're studied about vault tech equipment. You understand that his pit boy is like an all-in-one personal computer, basically. And that noise, you're very familiar with, Geiger counters, being part of the NCR. You guys have used it to monitor and map dangerous areas. And you both look at it for a second, and then you look at each other, and then you look off to your left, and down the long stretch of highway, probably about, I would say 2 zones down from you, is this eerie green glow moving in between the cars, zigzagging, getting closer and closer. And at one point you can see clearly it's a ghoul completely emanating and encased in this green aura that is unmistakably radiation. None of you, I don't believe, have ever seen one of these. But for our listeners, and for you the players, this is called a glowing one. And if you're a fan of the Fallout series, you know these guys. They hurt. And they just emanate radiation 24/7, 365 till they die. He's going to come into the initiative order as we restart everything. Trish, you're first. This guy's about 2 zones away.
Can I see this from on top of the car, like it coming?
Everyone, yeah, I'd say you see it. You can't see it, Gerry, but Sonny, you can see it. I think you feel the radiation first and foremost. It's like it's very subtle. You're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I feel like a warmth, and then I look up and see this thing, and I just go, run!
Trish is going to pick Lance up off of the ground so that we're both standing. Then I suppose we're just gonna start to bolt and go across this next little walkway.
Okay, so you're in zone 1. If you cross the walkway, you're going to be in the same zone as Sonny and Gerry. If you dash, you can make it to the 3rd and final highway.
Oh yeah, I'll dash.
Okay. Trish dashes. Pop, 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 pop. Running. Boots hitting the asphalt, and then hitting the 3rd walkway, which is now made of, you can tell it's a Brotherhood one, also made of steel. Trish, you reach the other side, no problem whatsoever.
And I think I'm going to put my hand out to reach for other people who are going to be crossing to make sure that they get across.
After Trish's turn, I'm doing the luck point thing now.
Okay. All right. It is your turn, Lance.
Yeah, as soon as Sunny yells, run, Trish starts running, like, just instincts kick in, and Lance just bolts. And I'm going to dash as well.
Okay, you're going to make it to zone, what was that, 1, 2, zone 3, right behind Trish. Huffing and puffing, you both look at each other. I would say now that Lance makes it across, you hear some shuffling from left and right. About 1 zone away. Another 6 ghouls emerge, 3 on either side.
Fuck!
A little too easy.
Of course, you think I'm only gonna give you 6 ghouls? Come on. Gerry, you now hear Sunny scream run, shuffling and shambling in the next zone on both left and right sides, probably 1 zone away from the main zone that you have to use to get across. And now you see this glowing, pulsing green light coming from the left side of the previous highway behind you, where Trish and Lance were before.
Jerry's gonna sprint.
Okay, you can technically dash to the School of the Future, Vault-Tec School of the Future building, the roof of it, because it's 2 zones away, and you can dash 2 zones if I'm not mistaken.
So Trish goes by, Lance goes by, and then Gerry bolts and rushes past them.
You are on the roof of the School of the Future, and now here you see somebody's drawn in paint arrows that point down to this opening into a stairwell, and it says to street. Okay, Sunny, you're on the roof of the car. Situation behind you guys is bad. The situation in front and left and right of you, or your team, is even worse.
I'm gonna follow Gerry and grab Trish's hand to as she helps like pull across that walkway. I think we get like that shot from way below where you're looking up and you like seeing people like like moving over this huge drop below them. So I'll dash, and then I'll be on the roof, and I'll turn around and just like get ready to blast.
I'm surprised you left your bottle cap.
Yeah.
Oh,
no!
Thank you for reminding me, because I
Gotta go back.
was thinking like I pick it up from that ghoul, yeah. So on the way running, it's like low shot on the bottle cap, and Sunny just goes grab, and snatch, yeah, and like runs over to Trish.
Our camera cuts to an over-the-shoulder view, just the sound of this abomination breathing and the subtle sounds of radiation oozing and burning out of him, just dashing through. He will dash to get from the edge of the highway into Zone 1 itself. So he has made it to Zone 1, and he turns, and I would say the cars in Zone 3, where the last highway is, some of the cars begin to shake. In the window, I would say Trish and Lance, you guys can see hands rubbing against the glass that's still there. These gnarled claws, these faces in old pre-war clothing now going absolutely insane, trying to get out of these steel and glass sarcophagi, if you will. At the end of the next round, they will burst out of these cars, and another 6 ghouls will be added to the amount that are in Zone 3. The 6 ghouls that are already there are going to move, and now have spent their turn getting into your zone. It is now Trish's turn.
I'm just gonna keep running. I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay, so dash would take you across to the roof and down the stairwell. Effectively, Trish, you're out of combat. Gerry,
Just same.
I will say Trish and Gerry. Trish, when you get down, like you go down from the roof into the stairwell, this stairwell is metallic, and you can hear your footsteps echoing and tan, 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 going down. And you're just running, like you're not stopping. You're just running. You've never seen a glowing one before. You've heard of tales of this. You've never seen it. You in your head, you're thinking like we gotta keep moving. We gotta keep moving. So you're gonna continue going down, and then you're gonna hear another set of boots hit steel, and you look up and you see Gerry coming down the steps as well. Sunny, you're on the roof. Lance, you can tell he's gonna get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
He's going to get swarmed.
Xavier, are you gonna do luck? Do you have luck points again?
Yeah, I could do it.
You gotta get out of there.
Let me know now, because yeah, otherwise you're gonna get hit by like 6 ghouls, and I'm gonna try and take out one of them at least.
He's gonna get hit by 6 ghouls and the glowing one, because it's just gonna need to move into one zone to get to him.
Okay, I'll use my luck point
Run.
right after your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I say, let's get out of there, and then I also dash.
And luck point.
Yep. Follow
Lance,
suit.
your instincts turn on. Everything inside your head says, run, run. There's a small voice in the back that says, take him, you got him, take him out. But you quell him very quickly. That voice, you say, shut the fuck up, and you push that voice down deep inside of you as you see these chattering maws and arms reach out for you. You make it to the roof and then down the steps as well. You are all out of combat. However, you got to get to that boat. The chase is on.
Hello, survivors, vault dwellers, and denizens of the wastes. Just a couple of announcements, gonna try and get through them quick so that we can get you back to the episode. First, just want to remind you, if you have questions you want answered or things you're curious about regarding our Fallout Evergreen campaign, the story, the setting, the characters, or the game system that we played in, please send those to us through social media. You could email respectthecrit@gmail.com or through our Discord, and let us know if it's okay to use your name or handle. We'll be addressing those questions in a postmortem that we'll do after the campaign ends. Thank you to those who've already sent something our way, and we'll be sure to answer them. Next, as always, if you're listening to this when it comes out, our friends at Modiphius are still offering a great discount on all Fallout 2D20 RPG stuff. So go to modiphius.net/respectthecrit or modiphius.us if you prefer US shipping rates, and enter RTC10 at checkout to get 10% off your Fallout RPG purchase. This discount is going to be around for as long as we are running the Fallout campaign. So if you haven't picked up a book or PDF yet, go grab one of those and use our code, because we're coming up on the end. And lastly, I want to end this mid-roll with a call to action for our listeners. You have probably already heard of the unfortunate and completely avoidable death of Amir Locke, a 22-year-old black man who was murdered by Minneapolis police. The police who murdered this young man were using a no-knock warrant policy, which allowed them to raid Amir's apartment at night while he was sleeping without any warning or announcement, and use deadly force despite Amir having no connection to the warrant or the investigation. This happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the same city where George Floyd was murdered by police in 2020, and highlights the ongoing need to abolish our current form of policing and rethink and reframe how our cities handle public safety. There is a fund created by the family. Please donate if you are able. Links are provided in the episode notes. Also, this is a great time to connect or reconnect with a local chapter of Black Lives Matter and their anti-racism campaign. Also, a great time to put pressure on your assembly people, council people, and city mayors to not only get rid of no-knock warrant policies, but also reshape what public safety entails and redistribute city budgets towards preventative measures like social programs, health, and education, rather than militarizing police. You can find helpful links to connect with your legislators and educate yourself on police abolitionism in the episode notes and in our Discord. So I encourage our listeners to do this, to join our Discord, to read about this case, read about no-knock warrants, and to continue to push their lawmakers to reallocate taxes and city budgets towards more investments in your communities. That's it. Thank you to our friends at Modiphius Entertainment, and thank you for listening, for downloading, and for leaving us your feedback. Now, let's get back to the Evergreen.
We're gonna do kind of like a series of challenges here. So, I'll tell you what. How many luck points do you all have individually? Lance, how many luck points do you have total left?
2.
2? Sunny? How many do you
2.
have? 2. Trish has 2. Gerry?
3.
I will let you each, or altogether, give me an amount of luck points that you think are required to pass this first test I'm going to give you without telling you the test. Basically, you're bartering. There's a certain DC that I need you to hit. Well, each luck point is equal to one successful pass, right? So you have 2, 4, 6. You have 9 luck points, and there's only about 3 challenges. How many successes do you think I want on this first skill check? I'll even write them down.
I think they're going to progressively get more difficult.
Yeah.
I think you want 3 right away. I think you want 3 successes right away.
You think so? I think he's going to ramp it up.
I do too. But he starts
So
at
it'll
3.
be 3 then 4 then.
It probably adds up to our luck points.
I think he's going to still make us roll for it.
But they're going to be skill tests, right?
But then we're going to
Yes.
be out of
Yeah.
luck for the
If
rest of
you
the
guess
adventure.
wrong, you lose the luck points
Yeah.
and you still gotta roll.
Okay. I would like to do this, Alex. Let me know if this is allowed. We can still do these wagers with luck points, but since we have a bunch of action points, I'd like to spend 2 action points to reduce the time of whatever these skill tests, because I imagine they have something to do with us trying to get away, so running or barricading or something, but I'd like to spend 2 to for us to reduce the time of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that I don't know how that manifests. Maybe that reduces the DCs that you had
I'll say
planned
that
or something.
reduces the last one
Okay.
by 1.
Okay.
We are gambling. Straight gambling.
I think it's 2 for this first one.
Yeah, let's go for 2.
All right.
And who's giving
2.
up? I'll give up 1 since I have 3.
I'll give up 1.
So the number is 2.
Yes, final answer.
You all begin running down the stairwells. No, none of you know the layout of this building. Trish is running off pure instinct at this point. She's busting open doors, running through open doorways, jumping over destroyed furniture of the classrooms of the future. All of you are following her, making the same moves that you can. And eventually Trish is going to come to this opening at the end of one of the classrooms, and she's trying to make her way as best as she can. And there's a large opening, as if this inside of this building, something blew up and destroyed a room, essentially opening up to the bottom floor, which is now 3 or 4 floors down. I'll say 4 floors down. She stops herself, stops everyone from running any further as they're going to fall down, and begins to walk along the remaining edge of this room to get to this doorway on the right side of the room. It's basically this very large classroom that's been destroyed, and you're all begin shimmying with your backs against the wall as the floor crumbles, and you all make it across this room successfully. And as you make it into the next hallway, there's another set of stairs going down, and as you're going down these stairs, you hear growls and things begin to splat against the floor as they jump without knowing and hit the ground below. You hear desks and things clatter. They're catching up, but some of them have fallen and are not getting back up. The second test.
Well, I'll put my 2 in.
Do you think 3 or
I'm gonna say
4?
3. I think 3 is either on the money or lowballing it. So still in our interest. But 4 might be too high for now.
4 sounds too high.
Okay, I'll throw in 1 then.
All right,
Okay.
I'll throw in my 2.
So the number is 3?
Yeah.
That's what we get.
Now,
This is like a game within a game.
going down the steps, the party finally reaches the ground level. However, there are all these, what only can be described as like pods along the wall. They're all sealed, and Trish can very clearly see that in each one of these is a Protectron unit in sleep mode. Scattered about in the hallway are these red lights across the floor, and some even waist level. These are some sort of motion detectors to activate the Protectrons. You're not sure what happens if you walk through the beams, what kind of programming they have, so you try to expertly dodge these lights. So you stop the party from running forward and you point out the lights. Everyone sees them and acknowledges that it's probably not in your best interest to turn them on. You all skillfully and carefully start going through these things, but trying to hurry up a little. As you can hear, past the steps is another door leading to another room, which is probably where those ghouls fell from the ceiling. I would say the last one through was Lance and Sunny. I'd say they're probably approaching this together, going through the little laser beams, and all of a sudden Sunny can feel the radiation building behind him as he turns around and sees the light under the door begin to glow slowly green and greener, and he hurries Lance about, like telling him to get a move on. The party makes it through the laser beams with no issue and reaches the side door of the school, essentially, leading to the alleyway, which now faces the destroyed ruins of this section of the Evergreen, facing the waterfront and the waterfront homes. And as the party takes a sigh of relief, they hear the door barge open behind them, and they see the glowing one run at them the second it crosses the laser beam. The pods open outwards, startling the glowing one, and as it looks around for a second, it sees the Protectrons emerge, and they begin to activate and face this creature, and in the robotic voice state, "Radiation anomaly detected." And they begin to punch the glowing one with all their might. There's about 6 Protectrons in all, and they begin fighting and holding up all the ghouls as they begin this kind of faction battle in this hallway.
I like that their response is to punch the thing. They don't know it. They don't know it's a ghoul. They're just like, radiation anomaly, punch time.
The final check. The party reaches what seemingly is just an empty alleyway. Very wide alleyway that leads them between... It's literally between you guys and the waterfront properties of the Evergreen in this particular section. I would say the first one to notice this is Trish again, because this is exactly what would happen in the military or in the NCR. She stops everyone and points to what looks like a pile of rubbish that looks like unassuming, but she points to a little red dot underneath there. This alleyway and probably others around you have been dotted with landmines.
Have my 1.
I think it was 4 and now it's 3.
Let's say 3. Do we only have 3 left?
Do we
You only have
3?
4.
We have 4
We have
left.
4 left.
We have 4?
Yeah, 1 with me, 1 with Trish, and 2 with Lance.
I'll use both of mine.
You can take mine.
So what's the number we're guessing? 3?
3.
3.
4 minus 1.
Dun, 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 dun. It was 4.
Yay!
Thank you for playing Wager with the GM/Overseer. Only legal in certain states across the United States.
I knew it was all of our luck points.
Hey, we didn't need to roll a thing. That's good. That's great.
Trish plots the course through there as she's able to easily identify the pattern. Being trained in NCR, you're not an NCR soldier. You are an NCR ranger. You are elite. You are trained for all types of business. Your specialty is reconnaissance. In this instance, your specialty pays off as your recon days have you pointing out dangerous hazards, landmines, explosives, etc., hidden enemies. You're able to plot a course through the landmine, this tiny landmine field. You don't pay attention to the one to the left or right of this alleyway, just the one leading to the ocean or the lakefront property. Once you've safely navigated everyone across, you hear the last Protectron with its dying breath as it's crushed, and the glowing one is the only ghoul remaining, and he sees the group and without hesitation bolts it towards you guys. And the minute his foot hits the first fragmentation mine, the electronical beeping begins. An explosion of green goop, green radiation, and other types of bodily organs and fluids flies out.
All over Sunny's suit.
Yeah.
The party finds themselves now directly across the street from a home that's described almost exactly, or it looks just like Ernest described it. And as the party makes their way through, they find the first piece of garbage that's just one large fake piece of garbage, very light, by the way. Able to just lift it up, walk in, per his instructions, get to the boathouse in the back. Some rad roaches kind of scatter as you guys approach the dock. And you see, in pretty good condition, is a boat with the words on the side of it painted on that say, "The Way." Everyone steps onto this seemingly pretty decent speedboat. Sunny is at the helm.
Yeah, I've got the key. I go, God damn it, this suit is ruined. Puts the key in the ignition, crosses his fingers and turns it on. I imagine the boat like comes to life.
Oh, the boat rumbles at first, almost as if awakening from an eternal slumber.
Come on.
And sure enough, the boat rumbles to life and slowly begins to move out of the boathouse until Sunny adjusts the speed and the boat takes off across Lake Union as the sun is now setting slowly over the mountains. The small boat hurtling its way across Lake Union to the north, reaching in the distance what looks like this large power plant with a park in front of it. You can barely make it out. And our camera, from this up top down view, slowly zooms in on that power plant in the north, and we can see, as we're getting closer, bright lights, almost like explosions going off in different parts. And there is a couple, a man and a woman, a young man and a woman, running along the roof of this power plant, firing backwards at what appear to be larger silhouettes, larger than human silhouettes, who are firing back at them.
I guess some things never change.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crit's Wasteland Adventure, Fallout Evergreen. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by giving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you use to listen. It's easy, free, helps other people learn about the show, and we love to read your feedback. For more information about the show, visit @RespectTheCrit on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or come chat with us in our official Discord server. Gerry is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find on Instagram @SuzLalouz. Lance Burnett is played by Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who can be found on on Twitter at XavierTD. Trish is played by Jamie Lee-Bonés, who you can find on Instagram at jamielee.bones. Sunny Takase is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at idunks. Our guest GM for this game is Alex Herrera, who you can find on Twitter at AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. The original music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work, and tell them how much you like their music in our show. Our outro song is Some Things Never Change by Gavin Dunn. You can hear more of his work on Bandcamp and YouTube at Miracle of Sound. The Fallout 2D20 RPG system is licensed by Bethesda and published by Modiphius Entertainment. Special thanks to our friends at Modiphius. You can learn more and grab your own copy of the official Fallout RPG by visiting modiphius.net/respectthecrit. Special thanks to the team at Fallout Cascadia for use of their music. You can learn more about this incredible, ambitious Fallout 4 mod at falloutcascadia.com. And remember, whatever the system, whether it's a miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the Wasteland.
Give me your initiative numbers. Mr. Lance is a 9.
Are you ready for my 9?
Always ready for your 9.
That's a big 9 you got. That's a pretty big 9.
That's all right. I know how to use it.